also like
The communication problem? Probably true. What else?
The vast different activities that go on and most of us meet usually doing the same general zone.
In the same general time. What about Southern Miss? I've met you before, haven't I? Didn't I meet you? I can't. What? Why do you think you don't have more members?
I've tried to convince members to come, and they say that what they would want to do, as far as like finding out information about candidates, supporting candidates if they choose to, they can do on their own. They don't need the club to do it.
That's very true. They don't. Why do you think? What do you? John, I've known you since you were in high school. Why don't you tell me? Why do you think? Because you had more than 10 members at Ocean Springs.
No, we had 4 in Ocean Springs.
4?
Yeah, but
well, you did the work before. So.
I don't know, but I think a lot of people just don't find it appealing.
If that is true, a lot of people don't find it appealing. Isn't it true with 14,000 people there that there are more than 10 that would find it appealing?
It's possible.
At Alcorn State, there are more than 10. What other university? The University of Mississippi is here. Is that right? I know you. Who's the president of the University of Mississippi? Is Brent? Huh?
you just walked out.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, Molly, as president emeritus, how many active members do you have? Active members. I'm not talking about your name list, your email list. I'm talking about how many people show up regularly and will participate.
Well, about 15.
About 15. From the president emeritus. Did Mississippi State make it? Nick Wilson, you're back there. How many does State have active?
Probably about 12 right now.
Very good. What other universities are here? Is Millsaps here? Valley?
Hines County Young Democrats is here.
Where's Hines? Hines County has Young Democrats? I'm so proud. How many? Remind me of your name.
Vaughn Anderson.
Vaughn. We haven't met, have we? Okay.
Maybe.
It's difficult. I'm sorry. One of the most embarrassing moments of my life was a few months ago. My niece graduated early. She took an English class over the summer, so she graduated. And she graduated with the people who graduated in the summer. And I was shaking hands with people, meeting them, and actually introduced myself to my niece. So it's pretty embarrassing. But how many members do you have in Hines County? The biggest county in the state.
Hines County, the biggest state, young men. I'm going to lie and say 32, but I'm being told it's true, but active. I think the biggest thing is...
That's what I'm asking is for active.
Right.
How many do you think you have active?
I was told 32.
About 32. Okay. So this is what we have to work on. We have to figure out what is it that we're doing wrong. We don't need to blame people who aren't joining. We need to figure out what it is that we're doing that they're not joining. Let me tell you some common mistakes I see people make. Sometimes this is one that they will do on every campus, and I'm going to make some people mad at me right now because they probably had this same argument last week on how to recruit members. But one of the first things that people will do is they will try to go to other groups that are progressive and grab their members. It doesn't work. It makes perfect sense to do it. I tried it for a year when I was at USM, but it just almost never works. And I think the reason is you can't be better on the environment than one of the Green Party's issues. You can't be better on civil rights than the student NAACP or the African American Student Association. You're not going to be better on GLB issues than the GLB organization on campus. People who care about those issues may be very inclined towards us as a party. But if that's the reason why they're involved, then they not only are they already involved, as you said earlier, but they're very likely to view our party as not being bold enough. I'm sure some of you have run into that before, right? When are the Democrats going to be Democrats kind of thing, right? I'm so sick to death of that bullshit personally. But I've been hearing it for years. But this is what you have to do. You have to be the organization on campus that while they can talk about all the issues they care about, and they well should, while they can get involved in the issues they care about, and they well should, you need to be the organization on campus that when they say there is a bill in the legislature that if it passes, it's going to be horrible, who do we know can go there? There's not one of you state presidents or local chapter presidents who can't call me. I work directly for the Speaker of the House. The Attorney General is a Young Democrat alumni. 1 out of 3 Democratic members of the House is a Young Democrat alumni. They are all sympathetic. Y'all remember just a moment ago I was telling you about that intern program we did? How many of you have seen those commercials from Richard Schwartz that says, "One call, that's all"? Have you seen those? He's a past treasurer of this organization. He bankrolled that thing with a 5-minute meeting I had in his office. I told him about it and he wrote a check. He didn't know me from Adam. And when you're trying to build the organization, you have to be the organization that can make something happen, that can gain access to those people who can actually make a difference. That is your niche. That's the second thing you have to do. Understand and then fulfill your niche. The first thing is you want to gain credibility. So you find out, how can I gain credibility? You probably can't buy it, so you find a hole, you find a gap, and you figure out a way to fill that gap. The second thing you do is you understand what your niche is. Your niche is not taking on a particular single issue or even a group of single issues. As a party member, your job is to elect Democrats to office. Now, you can certainly pick and choose and say, I prefer to work for this one than for this one. Nothing wrong with that. But that is what you do. You elect Democrats to office, and then you get the fruits of having done that. There are advantages to helping someone get elected for office if you care about public policy. Now, one of the other things that people try to do is they try to make it a social club. How many of you have been told, and how many of you have tried to make allowances for this? People say, we need to do more fun things. Have you heard that? You know how hard it is to discuss politics with people who are unsure about politics and make it fun? People who like to talk about politics, that's what we do. And they can call us dorks or anything else, we're going to talk politics. That's what we do. Now, if you've got somebody who's really caught up in this campaign like this phenomenon Barack Obama's created, what you're going to want to do with them is a little bit different. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. I'm talking about your core group, your hardcore group of people who really want to be there. It doesn't matter who the candidate is. With that group, making it more social, I mean, if you're doing something that's really making people upset, change it. But you're not going to be more social than Greek life is. Everything on campus that's single issue, whether it's political, whether it's social, there's going to be a group that does it better than we do because that's not our niche. Our niche isn't throwing the best party. If you know somebody who throws a great party, invite us. But that's not what we do. You're not going to be able to recruit members like that because if they come because you have pizza, you're not going to be able to afford pizza at every meeting. So what you have to do is not try to find the 200 people or the 300 people, but find the 15, which will go to 25, which I guarantee will go to 50, who want to be involved in politics. Raw politics. Get your hands dirty, politics. Don't sit around and bitch and complain because the Constitution says that we should meet on Tuesdays and we need to meet on Thursdays. Don't have 30-minute conversations because you don't like the design of the t-shirt. Nobody cares about the design of the t-shirt. People, what you want to do, and y'all kind of looking at it blank because y'all know y'all had these conversations before, right? What you can do, because those things are important.